What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Oh boy. Oh, my violin/viola player friend is gonna lose her ever-loving mind.
That's the truth.
Oh boy, we're doing one of her favorite bands today. Alright, making their debut on the channel tonight. Oh, this is for you, Queenie. We have X Japan. Yes, indeed. How about that? X Japan making their debut on the channel. Okay, this comes as a request from The David Robb, Danks9000, Steve Ratcliffe, and Michael Edward. And I'm going to throw Queenie's name in there too. You know who you are, Queenie. Guys and gals, let me tell you, you're talking about one of the biggest X Japan freaks, fanatics, nuts in the world. That's Queenie. She absolutely is an X Japan nut.
That's the fact, Jack. That's the fact, Jack.
They all want to see me react to this song by X Japan called, I hope I pronounced this right, Kurenai. I hope I pronounced that right, Kurenai. Now, have I heard the song before? Maybe I have. I'm not sure. I know Queenie has played a lot of X Japan for me in the past, and this may have been one of the songs that she played, but I'll be honest with you guys, I know she has played these songs for me, but I don't remember them. I do not remember these songs. So, have I heard it? There's a possibility. Do I remember it? No. No, I honestly don't. And I'll be honest with you guys, if I start listening to it, I probably won't even recognize it. However, there is a possibility that if I start playing this, I might recognize it. It might come back to me. And if that happens, and I suddenly go, oh, wait, I recognize this. This is one of the songs that Queenie played for me. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. All right, this was posted by Yoshiki. Yeah, surprise, surprise. And the video has 409,307 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. X Japan, Kurenai from the last live. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
You go away from me. I felt my heart ache. I was afraid of knowing you. When I had looked at the shadows on the wall, I started running into the light to find the truth in
Really pretty intro. Really pretty. Felt good. It felt good. It's when you're talking about intros, I mean, there's two ways you could do intros. You could do something epic, or you could do something really stripped down. And this is obviously very stripped down. Guitars and vocals, that's it. And very effective. Very, very effective. It sounded good. I have no idea what it's leading into. Is this going to be a ballad? I mean, it very well could be. I mean, with the intro that they did there, it would make sense. It would make sense. Then again, they may just take off like a shot. I don't know. Only one way to find out. Let's see what happens here. Let's push that play button. Okay. Okay. Well, it's definitely not a ballad. Wow, they took off. They really took off. My goodness. Yeah. The energy is definitely there. If I'm being honest here, the sound quality on this video is not very good. It is very treble heavy. I'm hearing like there's like no mids at all, and the bottom end is barely there. It's a really deep smile curve, which unfortunately for a mix is not what you're looking for. Like if you're looking for a good bass tone, like for your bass guitar, that's a great format to follow, is a smile curve. But for the purpose of a master recording like this, no. It's very thinned out. I can hear the vocals. I can really hear the drums. The drums are coming through prominently in this. Guitars, I can hear, but it's a little bit of a struggle. I can't hear bass at all. Not at all. I hear keyboard, I think. I hear keyboard, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But yeah, it's very, very treble heavy. Now, I don't blame the band for that. That's not the band's fault. That's either one of two things happened. One, I'm assuming this is coming off like a live DVD or like a live Blu-ray or something like that. The master mix on that was not mixed well, you know, for the purpose of, you know, in post-production, it was not mixed very well. That's definitely a possibility. Another possibility is this video, just this one particular video, has been, how should I put, altered from a sound standpoint. It's been run through a separate EQ, and it wrecked the audio for this purpose of this video. I find that hard to believe, considering the fact that this was uploaded by one of the members of X Japan on his official channel. So I find that kind of hard to believe, but it's possible. I don't know why, but it's definitely possible. Now I'm leaning more toward a bad rip from off the DVD. So I don't know about that, but I mean, the energy is there, and that's kind of what's more important to me right now, is watching this live performance. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is my first time hearing the song, so I am taking the song into account. Yes, absolutely, but the live energy I'm also taking into account. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm not sure, but to be clear, I'm not blaming the band whatsoever for the poor audio quality. That's not their fault. It's not their fault. Let's keep going here. Pause. Great guitar work. Solid guitar work. Very nice. Both from the solo standpoint and from the dual harmonic line standpoint. Very tight, very clean, very well executed. When the two guitar players started doing that, I could actually hear the bass coming through a little bit. It's not prominent, but I could hear it. So glad to hear him finally. Not being buried by guitar and drums. But very nice guitar work. Really nice guitar work. But what's impressing me more than anything else is just the amount of energy these guys are putting out on stage. Great amount of stage interaction. Great amount of crowd. Tremendous amount of crowd interaction. I mean, there's a ton, which I'm really digging. But they're interacting with each other. The two guitar players interacting with each other. The lead guitar player coming over and interacting with one of the guitar players. Bass player going up and interacting with the drummer. A lot of great stage interaction, and that always looks good. So, fantastic job on their part. The energy on this song is absolutely palpable. You can feel it. You can taste it. It's obvious. I mean, the energy is just making itself known. And I love that. I love songs that do that. So, digging the song. I'm absolutely digging the song, and I'm digging the live performance. So let's hope they keep this up. Let's see where this goes. Let's keep going. Drummer. Nice little drum solo there. Nice. Wow. Time out. Here in the crowd. Wow. Whew. always gets me. It always does. Whenever you hear the crowd, now it can't be Southern Cat. It can't be, you know, very. It has to be strong, man. Like if you can hear the crowd barely, you know, singing the song back to you, I mean, it's cool and all, but it's okay. But when you have the crowd, this size of a crowd, being so strong that you hear them clearly over what's going on stage, that means pretty much everybody in the crowd is singing, and that is powerful. That hits me. It always hits me right in the feels, and the reason it hits me in the feels is because I've been there. I've been on stage, and I've heard the crowd singing the song back, and there is just no better feeling in the world. There is no better feeling in the world than being on stage and hearing the crowd sing your song back at you so loud that you can hear it over what's being played on stage. That is just the absolute greatest feeling in the world.
More seductive than sex.
You can't say that on TV.
I can say that.
Man, that feels good. Anyway, let's keep going here. Wow. Got me again. Sheesh. Okay, what got me there was the decelerando. So he's decelerating, right? He's pretty much by himself. I hear like a keyboard patch, you know, filling out the sound behind him, but that's it. So he's decelerating. He's getting a little bit slower, and a little bit slower, and a little bit slower. Now I'm thinking, okay, there's going to be one or two things that happens here. That's going to continue, and he's going to continue, because there's only like about a minute left in the song anyway. So he's going to keep decelerating until the end of the song. And that's how they're going to end it. And I was thinking to myself, that would be really cool. I could see that working. I could absolutely see that working. Or everybody's going to decelerate to a certain point, and then the band's going to kick in right back at the original tempo. Just out of nowhere. It's going to be very sudden. And it's going to be an impactful hit and just come right back in right where they left off. And they went with the second one. And I have no problem with that. I got zero problem with it. I'm actually kind of glad they took that route. I will say, though, that the decelerating route would have worked. Considering the fact that there's only a minute left in the song, they could have done that and it would have been just fine. But coming back in like this brings the energy back up. Absolutely. And I like that. I like having that high energy. So I'm glad they took this route. Yeah, man. I'm digging this. I'm absolutely digging this. Let's keep going here. I'm guessing they went into another song after that, probably. Really nice job. Really nice job. I liked this. Now, how much did I like it? That's going to be the question. I know it's going to get a good score. I just don't know how good it's going to be. But I'll figure it out. Give me a little bit. Let me think about it, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was X Japan with Kurenai. This was a request from The David Robb, Danks9000, Steve Ratcliffe, and Michael Edward. And I'm just going to throw Queenie's name in there, too, because I know she's a huge X Japan fan. And like I said, when she sees that I'm actually doing an X Japan reaction, she is probably going to lose her mind.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. I thought about this, and I have a score here, and I was right. I knew I liked it. I just wasn't sure how much I liked it, but now I know because I have a great score here for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.7. Yep, 8.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
This was fun. This was fun. This was so well constructed. From the beginning, having the guitar and vocal intro, kind of lulled me into a false sense of security a little bit. Because I heard that intro, I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe this is going to be a ballad. I mean, it would make sense, right? Having guitar and vocal just by themselves, it would make sense to have that come into a ballad. It would make perfect sense, right? Wrong! Wrong! Instead, they took off like a shot out of a cannon. And they didn't stop. Not once. Well, they did strategically. I'll get to that in a second. No, but they maintained that tempo pretty much the entire song. That poor drummer back there. Now, I know the drummer's name. He was the founder of the band. Yoshiki, I believe his name is, or everybody calls him Yosh, I think. But Yoshiki, I know he's one of the founders. I actually think he is the founder of the band. He's the guy who started it all, and he's the drummer. He's the guy who injured his neck headbanging. Dude, it doesn't get much more metal than that. It just doesn't. This is the stuff that legends are made of, okay? I mean, pretty much everybody knows about this guy hurting his neck, headbanging. It doesn't get much more metal than that. That's why he wears the neck brace, which obviously, which oddly enough, inspired Baby Metal to take on the neck collars out of respect for Yoshiki, and paying homage to him in a sense. Which is cool because they have a lot of respect for the guy. A lot of people do, and I can see why. I mean, even wearing the neck collar, he's still back there going to town. The vocals on this, I could hear them coming through really well in this mix. A lot of energy from him, a lot of energy and a lot of power, like so much power coming out of his vocals that at times I feel like the power, I don't feel like the power got away from him, but I do feel like the power may have been overdriven just a tad, to the point where it got a little raspy, a little, and I don't think it was intentionally there to get the grit and growl. I think it was the revolt of having so much power. As a result, it got a little gritty and a little raspy. And listen, that's not a bad thing. I mean, the guy obviously has a ton of power in his vocals, and it came through loud and clear. I got no issue with it because it didn't take away from his vocals at all. As a matter of fact, it kind of added to it. Now, like I said, was that intentional? I don't know. I mean, maybe it was. Then again, maybe he was just so in the moment that he was pushing so hard that it just accidentally happened. Either way, if that's the case, it's what I like to call a happy little accident. You know, taking a page out of Bob Ross's book. You know, it was a happy little accident. It really was, and it added to the character of the song, I think. The guitar players, very clean guitar work, very clean. Got nice guitar tone, got a nice crunchy tone to it. Could it have been thicker? Maybe it could have been maybe a little bit thicker, but at the same time, I wonder, because if that had been a little bit thicker in the guitar tone, maybe that might have made it sound muddy, and maybe it would not have been as precise and clean. So I'm honestly leave it the way it is. Don't change a thing. But the guitar work between the two of them, between the solos and the dual harmonic lines, very, very nicely done. Very well done. Very clean. Definitely appreciate it. Bass playing on this, I could hear him in certain spots. I could hear him in certain parts where the guitars were doing their dual harmonic lines, but other than that, he kind of got buried in the mix, which is a shame. From what I did hear, though, it sounded good, so I got no issue with that. The drumming on this was insane. Absolutely insane. He had that double kick going like pretty much the entire time. God must have calves of titanium. I mean, the guy just rock solid drummer, man. And the thing is, his double kick was solid the entire way through. I never heard it ever get dirty. I never heard it lag. I never heard it get off. I never heard it. It was just steady, straight on, rock solid. And I can absolutely appreciate that. Let's talk about the stage energy, stage presence, stage interaction, crowd interaction, the performance. Fantastic. I mean, next level. Absolutely next level. Everybody on stage was interacting with everybody. Bass player came over and interacted with the guitar players. But before he did that, he was interacting with the drummer. Lead vocalist interacting with the drummer, interacting with guitar players interacting with each other, interacting with the drummer. Everybody was interacting with everybody, and I loved that. More importantly, though, the amount of crowd interaction I saw was fantastic as well. Both guitar players taking upon themselves to look out in the crowd, point out to the crowd. I saw that happen several times. Bass player too. The lead singer running. I mean, this guy got his workout in. He got his cardio in that day for sure. Running up and down those ramps, down those catwalks, constantly interacting with the crowd, doing the call and response with the crowd, getting them to sing with him. I loved the part where he laid out. He sang the first line, laid out and pointed to the crowd, and the crowd responded for a while. I mean, for quite a while. And you didn't hear the lead vocalist sing for about 30 seconds. It was nothing but crowd. Man, that crowd was loud. Holy smokes, they were loud. They took over the song, and that was so cool to see. It was so cool to hear. It absolutely brought tears to my eyes. I am not ashamed to admit that. It was an emotional thing. It was very, very cool to see that and to hear that. So that was special, man. It was very, very cool. The production, the last thing I'm going to talk about. Great use of lighting. Their lighting rig is very cool. Yes, I saw that X in the lights. I saw that. Very smart. Very well designed. You can't help but notice it. And it was definitely a cool thing to see that X flash, every once in a while. It wasn't just, stayed lit the entire time. It was colored lighting too. I mean, sometimes it was red, sometimes it was white. I wonder if it is other colors in there. I mean, if they're LEDs, they very well could be, but usually it was white and red from what I could tell. But very effective. Very, very effective. The streamers firing out of the cannon, very cool. I saw some cryo coming out from the back. So, I mean, they definitely have some good production on their side, for sure. Love the stage design, too. Whoever designed the stage did a really nice job. Very creative. Very, very cool looking stage. I wouldn't mind playing on that stage. That looked very nice. It looks like a lot of fun to run around on, so I wish I could play on a stage that's built like that. But no, overall, very, very enjoyable. This is something I would definitely have no problem watching again. I got no issue with it. And let me just double check something. If I'm not mistaken, there are no other ex-Japan requests in the queue. I'm just going to double check this. No, wait, there's one more. Yeah, there's just one more for a song called Rusty Nail. That's the only other request that's in the queue. So if there's other songs you guys want to see put in the queue, don't be afraid to request them. Just remember, you got to do it on the Patreon page, guys. You can't just... you in the comments, you can say this, and this, and hey, that's wonderful, and that's great. But those are not official requests, okay? If you want to make an official request, you got to do it on the Patreon page as a bronze tier member or higher. Those are the rules, guys. So if you want it to happen, you can make it happen. Just do it the right way. But no, other than that, though, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I would love to see more from these guys for sure. And you know what? In all honesty, if nobody else makes any more requests for these guys through the Patreon page, that's okay. I'll eventually get to Rusty Nail, but that's it. That's, like I said, that's the only other request. If that's the case, then I'll go check these guys out on my own. And I got no issue with that whatsoever, because Queen's been bugging me to get into these guys, and now I don't have a choice. You know, I saw this one, and I'm really intrigued now. I'm really intrigued. I wonder what else they got. So, you know, like I said, if people request it, I'll do it on here. If not, I'll do it on my own. That's fine, either way. But anyway, I dug this. It felt good. It sounded good. It looked good. It was a great job overall. Very impressive outing. Great debut on the channel. And that is why they're getting an 8.7. So, 8.7, final score, I have spoken. Well, let's get into it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.